Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a great start to your day and a great start to your week so far. It is early, so we'll go ahead and set the tone for our week through our practice. And so we'll start seated today. And today's practice is about warrior poses. And so sometimes these poses on the mat can truly translate to how we are acting and how we are interpreting things off the mat. Are we able to dig deep to find that strength within, or do we give up easily? So on the mat, it's a metaphor for our life as we breathe through our poses and breathe through each of the postures that can help us through our daily lives off the mat. So when you're ready, we'll go ahead again, start seated. There might be a little bit of internet connection, so I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but go ahead and we'll start seated, ground the sit bones into the mat, and you can rock from side to side, and that's going to help kind of move any flesh away so you can really ground into the sit bones. And then anything comfortable with the legs, so if the legs crossed is fine, if you want to put them out in front of you or bring the soles of the feet together. And then for women, traditionally, we have the left leg in front, and we'll have the left hand on top, and then reverse that for men, right and right. As we close the eyes, we'll pull the shoulder blades together behind the back. I just want us to arrive here all together in this space. So wherever you are in this moment, as you close the eyes, start to tune into your breath and feel your surroundings. Sometimes we take what's going on around us for granted. So as we sit here and truly feel where we're at, feel the body, how it is in this moment without any judgment, and notice the mind. Are you engaged? Are you positive? Or do you need a little bit of help today with that? And then we'll take a few breaths here, nothing fancy, just breathe here so you can begin to let go of anything that has brought you to the mat this morning. And keeping the eyes closed, let's bring the hands together in front of the heart. Press the palms together. I want you to feel the thumbs connecting to your heart, the sit bones grounding into your space. And then lift the crown of the head up towards the sky. And then thinking about your own personal inner strength. Where can we grasp for more? And then maybe we can let go of some of the harshness that we've accumulated as well. So just take a moment here and breathe into who you are and where you are today. As you start to cultivate your conscious breath, keep the lips sealed and start to slowly breathe in through the nose. Feel the entire body filling up with air. And then you'll notice a slight pause at the top of the breath and start to exhale slowly out of the nose as well. Let's do that 2 more times together. Slowly inhale. And fully exhale through the nose. One last time. Inhale deeply. And fully exhale out of the nose. Keep the lips sealed. Let's go ahead and blink the eyes open. On your inhale, I want you to bring the left hand out to the side. So it'll be reversed for us typically. I'm not mirroring you. So left hand comes out. You bring the right arm over the right ear. And you can walk the fingertips out. Maybe the left forearm comes down closer to the floor, that left elbow, but keep the right sit bone connected to the floor. And then feel what happens to this left shoulder. Do we start to creep it up towards the ear? Can you soften the shoulder blade down the back and still feel that lengthening across the right side of the body? Take another full breath here. And then you're going to come up to center and twist over towards the right knee. Right hand comes behind you, and then lift up through the center of the chest, and you'll gaze over the right shoulder. Keep the core engaged here. Take another full breath. And then you'll gently unwind the torso on your inhale back to center. Walk the right fingertips out. Press the palm into the floor. Maybe the elbow comes closer to the floor, and then sweep the left arm over the left ear. Soften the left shoulder blade down the back. Keep the left glute connected to the floor or your mat. You can walk those fingertips out a little bit more, maybe feeling slight bit more stretch in the left side of the rib cage. Take another, and then come up towards center, and you'll twist towards the left knee now. Right hand on top of the thigh, and use the left arm just to lift through the center of the chest. Gaze over the back shoulder. Take a few breaths here. And then I want you to inhale, come back to center with both arms. Extend the fingertips up to the ceiling. Palms come together, and then exhale to bring the hands down to the heart. Close the eyes here. And then together, let's take 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out of the mouth to begin our practice. All together, inhale through the nose, nice and slow. Open mouth, exhale, slowly sigh everything out. Again, inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it out. One last time, inhale through the nose, big long inhale. And then as you exhale, sigh it out, and see if you can breathe a little bit more air out than you breathed in. Seal the lips, come back to your conscious breath, breathing in and out of the nose. And then let's cross over the ankles and come into downward facing dog right away. When you do this, lift the hips, point the pointer finger, to the front of the mat instead of the middle finger. That's going to take a little bit of pressure out of the wrist. And then if you want, you can start your downward dog a little bit shorter, walking the toes a little bit closer to the palms so that the heels come comfortably down to the floor. As you do this, press the palms into the floor so you bring your heart or your chest a little bit closer to the front of the thighs. You'll feel this engaging through the core here as well. Lift the sit bones up a little bit higher. And if it feels better, you can put a slight bend in the knees to begin. Take a couple of breaths here just to start to ground into your practice. And take one more full breath. And then let's come up onto the tippy toes, look forward, bend the knees, take a big inhale here. Bottom of your exhale, I want you to step to the top of the mat. Inhale, bring the hands to the shins, roll the weight into the toes, crown is in line with the shoulders, and then exhale, navel to spine, fold forward. Do that 2 more times. Inhale with a flat back. Hands can come to the shins or fingertips to the floor. Reach the crown forward. Exhale to forward fold back over the thighs. One last time. Inhale. Reach the crown forward. Roll the weight into the toes. Exhale. Fold back over the thighs. Slight bend in the knees. Inhale to rise all the way up. Look at the palms as they touch overhead. And then exhale to pull the hands down to the heart. Close your eyes. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Take one more full cycle. And then let's begin. Inhale the arms out and up. Feel the palms touch overhead. Exhale to slowly dive over the thighs using your entire breath to fold forward. Inhale, flat back, reach the crown of the head forward. Chin is slightly tucked so that the back of the neck is long. And then exhale to fold forward again. Bend in the knees, inhale to rise, all the way up, palms touch overhead. Exhale, pull the hands down to the heart. Continue. Inhale, arms out and up, palms touch. Exhale, lead with the heart, dive over the thighs all the way down. Inhale, flat back, crown reaches forward. Exhale to forward fold. Bend in the knees, inhale to rise all the way up. Palms are touching. Exhale, hands to heart. Again, inhale out and up. Palms touch. Exhale, dive over the thighs. Inhale, flat back, crown reaches forward. This time as you exhale, plant the palms, step back into your plank pose. Firm the thighs and firm the core. Press the floor away from you. Press the backs of the legs up towards the ceiling. Take another full breath. Slightly spread the shoulder blades here. And then take another breath in to grow long. Rock the shoulders past the wrists. And as you exhale, lower either all the way down or halfway. Come to the tops of the feet for upward facing dog or lift through the back of the neck for cobra. And then as you exhale, come over the toes, lift the hips, find downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths here. In through the nose, keep the lips sealed. Out of the nose, keep the breath within the body. Take 1 more sealed breath here. Then inhale to come up onto the tippy toes, bend the knees, look forward, hop or step behind the hands. Inhale, flat back, reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale to forward fold. Bend the knees, inhale to rise all the way up. Palms touch. Exhale, hands to the heart. Close the eyes. Take a big breath in, feeling the feet ground into the floor. And a big breath out. Keep the lips sealed, blink the eyes open. Inhale the arms out and up. Palms are going to touch. Exhale, dive over the thighs, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale to forward fold. Bend the knees, plant the palms, find plank pose. Firm the thighs, firm the core. Inhale to rock the shoulders forward. Exhale to lower, either all the way down or halfway, elbows in line with the torso. Inhale for your back bend, either cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale, roll over the toes, come into downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths. Really nice, you guys. Keep your downward facing dog. Keep pressing the floor down and forward so you can lift the hips up a little bit higher. On your next inhale, let's raise the right leg up. Open up through the hip and bend the knee. Keep the shoulders square to the palms, to the front of your mat. Keep pressing to the outer edge of that right hand. Take another breath here. And then inhale to straighten the legs, square the hips, look forward as you exhale, plant the foot between the palms. Stay on the fingertips or come up onto the fingertips. Stay on that back toe crease. Reach the heart forward. Notice if you want to round the back a little bit like I was. See if you can soften and lengthen the back. Reach the crown of the head forward. Keep the left leg engaged. And we're just going to seal the left foot down to the floor for warrior 1. So it helps if you step the left foot out and up about 6 inches and then rotate the heel down. Think about both the hip points pointing towards this front right foot. Engage the back leg, so spiral the inner thigh backwards to the back of the room. When you're ready, inhale to rise up, find your warrior 1. Sink into this front knee, but don't let the knee go past the ankle. And then notice these back toes are pointed slightly up. That helps with the rotation of this back thigh. Shoulders and hips both point forward. Inhale to reach the fingertips up. Take a big, deep breath in. And then we're going to open up into warrior two. So just step that back foot in line with the front heel. Extend the fingertips away from one another. Sink into the front knee. Take a big breath in to lengthen through the arms. And then we'll flip the right palm. Inhale to reverse your warrior. And then as you exhale, we're going to come back into warrior two, past warrior two, into extended side angle. Left arm comes right over the ear. Rotate the right ribs up towards the ceiling. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Inhale to come back into warrior two. As you exhale, we'll windmill the hands down, step back into plank pose. Firm the thighs, firm the core. You can skip your vinyasa, the back bend, or you can come right into downward facing dog. So on your next inhale, either downward facing dog or begin to move through your vinyasa, lowering, inhaling for your back bend, either cobra, upward facing dog, and then come into downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths here. Soften through the shoulders. Re-engage your focus. And then on the next inhale, left leg lifts. Open up through that left hip. Bend the left knee so that the heel comes towards the right sit bone. Keep pressing down to the outer edge of the left palm. Take another full breath here. Inhale to re-straighten the leg. Look forward. Plant the foot between the palms. Come up onto the fingertips. Keep the right leg nice and firm. Reach the core forward. Reach the heart forward. Keep the chin tucked so that the back of the neck is long. Take another breath here. Keep the left leg engaged. Right leg is nice and firm. And then we're going to just step that right foot up and out about 6 inches. Rotate the heel down to the floor. Inhale to rise. Find your warrior one. And again, spin the inner right thigh to the back of the room. And that's going to help point the hips forward. Sink into the left knee, but don't let the knee pass the ankle. And then rotate the triceps towards one another. So that's going to help the pinkies rotate in. Belly button's lifting up towards the chin. Take another full breath here. And then now step that back foot, the right foot, out and in line with the front heel. Open up into warrior two. Extend the fingertips away from one another. Scoop the left sit bone underneath the hip. And sink a little bit deeper. Take a big full breath here. Flip the left palm. Inhale to reverse your warrior. Right hand comes down the back of the thigh. Sink into the front knee. Take another full breath here. And then we'll inhale, come back into warrior two, past warrior two, right into side angle. Right arm passes the right ear. Extend it forward. Keep the back foot sealed to the floor. And sink into the left knee. Take another full breath. Inhale to come back into warrior two. Extend the fingertips away from one another. And as you exhale, windmill the hands down. Step into plank pose. Pause for your exhale. And then as you inhale, either choose to come into your vinyasa or right into downward facing dog. If you're lowering, keep the elbows in line with the body for upward facing dog. Press into the tops of the feet and the palms. Lift the heart towards the chin. When you're ready, we'll meet in downward facing dog, taking a few breaths here, maybe 2 or 3 breaths. You can always find a child's pose too if that works better for you. And then take another full cycle of breath. And we're going to go through that series again, but 1 breath for each movement. When you're ready, let's inhale, right leg comes up. Open up through the hip. Right heel comes towards the left sit bone. Inhale to straighten the right leg, square the hips, look forward. As you exhale, foot between the palms. Step the left foot up and out, rotate the heel down. Inhale to rise up, come into your warrior one. On your next inhale, open up into warrior two. Back heel comes in line, pause for your exhale. Flip the right palm, inhale to reverse your warrior. Sink into the front knee. As you exhale, come back into warrior two. Right arm comes down to the thigh, or it can come all the way down to the floor. Extend side angle. Extend the left fingertips over the ear. Inhale to come back into warrior two. As you exhale, windmill the hands down, step back into plank pose. Pause for your exhale. Inhale to rock the shoulders forward. Exhale for your vinyasa, either chaturanga or cobra. Inhale for your back bend, upward facing dog, or lifting the back of the head for cobra. And then lift the hips and come into downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths. And then on your next inhale, left leg lifts, open up through the left hip, bend the knee, left heel comes towards the right, sit bone, keep pressing into the palms. Inhale to re-straighten the left leg, look forward as you exhale, plant the foot between the palms. Inhale to come up onto the fingertips, reach the heart forward. As you exhale, step the right foot up and out about 6 inches. Inhale to rise up into your warrior one. Sink into the front knee. Open the arms up, warrior two. Extend the fingertips away from one another. On your inhale, flip the left palm. Inhale to reverse the warrior. And as you exhale, you'll come through warrior two and all the way into side angle. Right arm right over the ear. Rotate the left ribs up. Next inhale, come back into warrior two. Extend the fingertips away from one another. Exhale to windmill the hands down. Step back into plank pose. Pause for your exhale. Inhale to rock the shoulders forward. Exhale to lower. Inhale for your back bend. Reach the heart forward. Exhale, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Ground into the palms, lift the sit bones nice and high. And then notice now where the mind is gone. Were you able to stay through our practice, or were you thinking about the next movement? Stay connected to your breath. Take 2 more cycles here. On your next inhale, right leg lifts, look forward, plant the foot between the palms, right away spiral the left foot down. You should have front heel to back foot alignment. Inhale, warrior two, right away, sink into that front knee, extend the fingertips away from one another, soften the shoulders down the back. Almost like you're trying to touch opposite walls. Keep the legs nice and firm, and then straighten through that front leg now. Hinge forward at the hips. As you exhale, bring the right hand down to your shin or inside of the right foot. Rotate the right ribs up. Extend the left fingertips as high to the ceiling as possible. Get really light on these fingertips, almost that you can lift the hand off of the floor. Take another full breath. Put a little bend in that front knee. Inhale to rise, come back into warrior two. Straighten through the front leg and parallel the feet now to the short edges of the mat. Hands come to the hips. Inhale to lengthen up and out of the heart. And then as you exhale, I want you to hinge forward and bring the hips or the torso parallel to the earth. Keep the chin tucked so that the back of the neck is long. Keep hovering the torso off of the earth. Take 1 more breath in and a full breath out. Release the hands right underneath the shoulders. Left hand comes underneath the face, ground the palm, inhale to spiral the right hand up. Keep pressing into the outer edges of the feet. Take another breath here to rotate and twist the spine. Use your inhale to unwind. The right hand comes down in front of the face. Use your exhale to extend the left hand up. Press into the right palm. See if you can use the left fingertips to get a little bit lighter out of the right wrist. Full cycle of breath here. On your inhale, unwind. Bring the hands back to the hips. Tuck the chin slightly with a flat back. Inhale to rise all the way back up. Point the left toes now to the back of the mat. Sink into that front knee. Extend the fingertips away from one another. Rotate those back toes so they point slightly towards the right back corner of the mat. As you sink into that front knee, can the fingertips try and reach for opposite walls? Take another full breath. And then we'll straighten through that front leg. Hinge forward at the hips. As you exhale, lightly bring the left hand to your shin or inside of the left foot. Inhale to extend the right fingertips up. Rotate the bottom ribs up towards the ceiling. Feel the outer edge of the right foot sealed to the floor. Take another full breath. Take one more cycle here. And then look down, slight bend in that knee. Come back into warrior two. Straighten through the legs. Parallel the feet back towards the short edge of the mat. Inhale to lengthen through the torso. As you exhale, I want you to hinge forward. Keep rolling the weight into the toes and sealing the outer edges of the feet to the mat. Ears are in line with the shoulders. Core is working here to protect the low back. Take one more full cycle here. And then very gently, we're rising back up. Rotate now to the top of your mat. Step to the top of the mat. Find mountain pose. Hands come along the sides of the body. Lift the heart up towards the chin, but feel the shoulder blades move down towards the sit bones. Eyes are closed. Lips are sealed. Come back to your conscious breath. And then let's blink the eyes open. Inhale to sweep the arms up, bend the knees, find chair pose. I want you to widen the feet just a little bit, like hip width distance apart so that the ankles are right underneath the knees and the knees are in line with the hips. Keep sitting back lower, reaching the fingertips up. We're going to bring the hands now to the heart where you can use the hands to brace yourself. So I want you to very slowly see how you can get your booty down to the floor without crashing it down. So very gently use the core, and then there it is. Find boat pose. Have the calves parallel to the earth, or you can straighten the legs. But I want you to lift up out of the heart. So don't roll the back here. Lift through the heart. And if you need a little bit of help, it's helpful to have the hands right behind the thighs here, or you can bring the hands right alongside the knees as well. Lift the heart, sternum comes towards the chin. You might be feeling this also in the thighs here too. Keep reaching the heart up towards the chin, but almost like you're trying to bring the heart closer towards the toes. Take one more full breath here. And then I want you to extend, hover the heels, hover the shoulders, and press through the balls of the feet. Keep reaching the fingertips towards the toes. Low back and booty should be the only things on the floor. Take another full breath. Feel that shaking in the core. Don't forget to breathe. And then bring the knees into the chest. Bring the back onto the floor. You can rock and roll from side to side. And let's place the feet onto the floor. You should be able to brush the backs of the heels with your middle finger so the heels are close to the sit bones. Keep the hands, palms face down along the sides of the body. And then on your next inhale, press into the feet to lift the hips for bridge pose. You can walk the shoulders underneath the body to interlace the fingers, or you can keep the palms face down on the floor. Wherever you choose to be, you can walk the heels in a little bit closer towards the sit bones and then lift the hips as high as possible. Soften the back of the shoulders down to the floor. And then let's take 3 breaths, just watching the rise and the fall of the belly. Keep the knees hugging in. Take another full cycle of breath. And then let's unroll the shoulders, lift the hips up as high as possible, come up onto the tippy toes, and then think about placing the vertebrae down on the mat one at a time. Nice and slow. And once the sacrum touches, pause there, let the heels come down to the floor. Hug that right knee into the chest. Extend the left leg out. Keep the left leg engaged so the foot is flexed and you're pressing through the ball of the left foot. Open the right arm out to a T. Keep the left hand on the right thigh. Inhale to bring space into the body. As you exhale, pull the navel to the spine, bring the right leg across the body. The right shoulder is going to stay connected to the floor, and then gaze over that right shoulder. Take a few breaths here. Really good. Inhale to come back to center. Hug that right knee into the chest and extend the right leg up straight. Just flex through the right foot. You can interlace the hands behind the right hamstring and then feel that right leg coming a little bit closer to the chin. One more full breath. Bend in the right knee. Bring both knees into the chest. Hug the knees in. And keep the left leg where it is. Extend the right leg out. Flex the foot. Rotate the inner right thigh down to the floor. You'll keep the right hand on the left knee. Open the left arm out to a T. Inhale for space into the body. And then as you exhale, bring the left knee across the body. Keep the left shoulder connected to the floor. And find your twist on the opposite side. Close the eyes and take a few breaths here. Inhale now, come back to center. Hug the left knee into the chest. Keep the right leg firm, and we're extending the left leg up towards the ceiling. Interlace the hands behind the hamstring if that feels good. Keep both feet flexed, but see if you can bring that left knee closer towards the chin here. Soften through the shoulders. Take another cycle of breath in and out of the body. Bend the left knee. Bring both knees into the chest. Engage the core and either rock and roll forward and backwards on the spine up to seated, or you can roll over onto the right side and press up into your seated position. Once you find your seated position, come back to how we started into our Sukhasana position, easy pose. Cross the legs, left shin in front for ladies, left palm on top for ladies. And then close the eyes here. Lift through the heart. Grow tall through the spine. And keep the lips sealed to keep your conscious breath engaged here. And as we come into stillness, notice the breath. And maybe even notice that subtle shift with your internal awareness. So every time we come to our mat and we re-engage into our practice, we make ourselves that much stronger off of the mat. And so remember, this is a lifelong practice. Every day that we engage in our practice, it also helps us to engage that much more into our life. And take another full breath here. Keeping the eyes closed, bring the hands together in front of the heart. And then just set your intention for the week. Think about all of this power that you have gathered within the legs, within the torso, within the heart, within the mind. And see if you can take that off of the mat and into your week. And then when you're ready, let's blink the eyes open. Namaste. All right, well, I hope that you had a really great morning practice today. I hope that you were able to find that internal power within to help set the tone for your week. Remember, I'll be here on Wednesday at 9 a.m. and at Friday as well at 9 a.m. Remember, it's only 30 minutes for your practice to help you set the tone for your own week and for your own life. Hope to see you again. Thanks so much for your support. Have a great day.